Hello everyone, welcome to Dynamic Study. This is class number 16 and this class is on important autobiographical works in English literature. In our previous video series, we have talked about some of the greatest autobiographies written by some famous writers, and in this video and in some upcoming video lectures we will talk about autobiographical works, the works which have some autobiographical touch in it. Okay, so this kind of works we will talk about in this video and the upcoming video series, and this is the first part of the video. Okay, so let's begin today's class. The first important autobiographical work that we are going to talk about is The First Man, published in 1994. It was originally written in French. The French title was La Première Homme. Okay, and this is an autobiographical novel written by Albert Camus. This novel was translated into English by David Hapgood, and it is an unfinished autobiographical work by Camus. The main protagonist is Jacques Cormery, his mother Catherine and his friend Pierre are other famous characters. This was also made into a film. Okay. Now, what is this book all about? This book is not only about his childhood and school days, but also talks about the history of the colonial people in Africa. That's why it is very important. And while writing this book, Albert Camus died in a car accident, and the manuscript of this novel was discovered at the site of the accident. So Camus was actually writing this work and he accidentally died. And the manuscript was discovered from the site, and later Camus' daughter published this work. Albert Camus himself described this novel as heavy with things and flesh. This is a quotation written by Camus himself. So this is all about The First Man, the unfinished autobiographical novel. Okay. The next work is Of Human Bondage. You all know this is a famous autobiographical novel written by William Somerset Maugham. It was published in 1915. It was originally titled as Beauty from Ashes, and later the title was changed to Of Human Bondage. Now, what is the source of the title? Of Human Bondage is actually a phrase taken from Spinoza's work Ethics, part 4 of Spinoza's work Ethics, and the line is thus, of human bondage or the strength of the emotions. So from this line, Somerset Maugham has borrowed the title of Human Bondage. Philip Carey is the name of the protagonist, and the book opens with the death of his mother. So Philip is now an orphan. His father has already died and his mother has also died. So in such a tragic situation the book begins. This novel was widely regarded as his masterpiece, and it is often considered as a Bildungsroman. Okay? But interesting fact is that we call this novel as an autobiographical novel, but Somerset Maugham did not consider it as autobiographical. Maugham said, this is a novel, not an autobiography. Though much in it is autobiographical, more is pure invention. So Maugham has cleared that this is not a pure autobiography. Well, some of the elements are autobiographical, but maximum element is pure invention. Okay. This is all about Of Human Bondage. We move on to our third work, that is Tropic of Cancer, published in 1934. This is an autobiographical novel written by Henry Miller, the famous American novelist Henry Miller. It was initially titled as Crazy Cock. Later the title changed to Tropic of Cancer. Now, why the title was changed? Miller himself gave an explanation. Miller said that to me, cancer symbolizes the disease of civilization, the end point of the wrong path. So here cancer is a symbol of diseased civilization, something that is ending. It is not actually the disease cancer, it is a metaphor for dilapidated condition of a civilized world. So that is the symbol of cancer, and to symbolize this thing, to metaphorize this thing, Miller has changed this title from Crazy Cock to Tropic of Cancer. This novel is basically deals with Miller's struggle as a writer, and it was set in Paris during late 1920s and early 1930s. Okay, but this novel was criticized a lot because it has very frank description of sexuality. So that's why it is considered a very notorious work of Henry Miller. Another important thing is that a quotation from Ralph Waldo Emerson, the famous transcendentalist writer, was used as an epigraph to this novel Tropic of Cancer. Now, what was the quotation? It goes thus: "These novels will give way by and by to diaries or autobiographies, captivating books, if only a man knew how to choose among what he calls his experiences that which is really his experience, and how to record truth truly." This is a quotation from Emerson, which Henry Miller has used as an epigraph. Another important thing is that George Orwell has referred this novel of Henry Miller in his own essay Inside the Whale. Please remember that. Okay. The next work is The Bell Jar, published in 1963. This is the only novel and the semi-autobiographical novel written by Sylvia Plath, the wife of Ted Hughes. Right? Sylvia Plath published this novel under her pseudonym Victoria Lucas. Esther Greenwood is the protagonist, and this Esther Greenwood is actually Sylvia Plath herself. The novel shows how Greenwood loses her mental balance after her father's death and tries to commit suicide many times. You all know that Sylvia Plath has also committed suicide, and she has also attempted suicide a number of times, and the trauma which came over her mind after her father's death, we can see it in the poem Daddy. So there is a reference to that. Now what about the title? The novel is titled as The Bell Jar. Now here the jar is a symbol of suffocation. Esther is expected to become a housewife, and she finds herself imprisoned in domestic duties. But Esther is actually trying to establish herself as an independent woman in a patriarchal society. So this novel is all about how Esther is struggling hard to establish her own identity, her own quest for her own identity, and she is trying to come out of this suffocating jar-like society which is very oppressive. So the jar is also a symbol of the oppressive patriarchal society, right? And it is also called a roman à clef, which means a novel with a key, right? So this is all about The Bell Jar. The next work is Pick, published in 1971. This is a novella, autobiographical novella written by Jack Kerouac. It is also the last novel of Jack Kerouac, and the protagonist is Pictorial Review Jackson. So the short form is Pick. The full name is Pictorial Review Jackson, and the narrator of the novel is a black man. So this is all about today's class. Thank you. Keep on watching Dynamic Study. Keep on learning. Please subscribe to the channel to get more informative videos. Like this video, share this video with your friend, and also please put your views in the comment section. We will meet very soon in our next class. Have a nice day. Bye bye.